Yeah.
All right, so we're over to the old barn, and I've got my stack of trunk pieces. We left the top thin stuff that can either be snapped or cut up later and buy it closer to the house where we can use it quicker. And just gonna start chopping these up, see how far I can get with the second battery. So here we go. Flip it out, cut side down, find where we were. Like so. Oh look, that's fun. There's a tiny little piece there, a little bit more on this side. So a couple things. Somebody might think to themselves, can't you buy firewood pretty cheap? Okay. How much do you spend on your gym membership? Because hauling it up out of the bottom, even just running the chainsaw burns calories, and then when I get to splitting it, right? I guess you get the gist. We'll see later how many more it can do. Let me hopefully remember to let you know. So when you're cutting them, you want them to be fairly straight at least, so you can set it up on your splitting log. Ooh, something sharp right there, a little piece of wood there. And if they're still super wet, they won't split very easy, but if you can split them, they'll dry faster. And that's another thing, how people will run out and buy a gas-powered splitter. Well, that's money, and it's more space too. I mean, I got enough junk as it is. If you have my neighbor right here, he'd tell you, he'd say he's got too much junk. So I don't want to add another piece to it. So now, some of these pieces, you want a nice size like this. This is like the perfect size. Don't you think that's the perfect size? Look at that, that's beautiful. But sometimes you want one that'll burn a little longer over the night. You don't want the fire to chew it up so much, so you might leave 1 1/2 or a little bit bigger, something like that. So it's just your preference. Tell you what, I'll leave them right here. I can stack them. If I was worried about, like, if rain was moving in or something, I might just throw it into the little lawnmower cart, and then I could back that into the shed and keep it dry until I could stack it. This one's just a hair bigger than I'd like to keep for one of the overnight pieces. My wood stove really can only go maybe 2-3 hours if I've got it the damper open. I don't like to close it because then you build creosote more. If you see the camera wobbling, it's because my camera lady's a little cold. It's not cold out here, but it's dank. Dank is like wet and damp, nasty all at the same time. And again, it's not really wet, but it feels like it is. It's damp. It is damp. So anyway, splitters, splitting axes. This is actually a cheapy Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. I've done fiberglass handle axes in the past. I've done swoopty blade shapes and all that, and I tell you what, this is the best one I've ever had. I really like this one. It's simple, gets the job done. It's a really good splitting axe. But that's it for now. Pause it. I didn't really mean this to be like a review type video, but I guess it kind of turned into it. We'll get to that here in a second. I just have a couple more to chop up, and this one's got a knot in it. So the ones with with knots in them tend to be a little more ornery than others, but usually still get them split if you hit them in the right spot. And I generally try not to hit harder than I need to, so the stuff doesn't go flying away. But something this size, I usually just cut in half. But if you want, you can nibble off a third and then cut it into thirds that way. See if I can do that. Missed a little bit. When you do that, you risk messing up your nice hickory handle. I got away with one on that one. So I took a third off, or maybe a little under a third. Nibble a little more, and then I'm left with a nice big piece actually for going a little longer in the wood stove. Now, I think that's all of them. I told you I'd let you know how far I'd get. This is the only one that I didn't, and that one. So those two that I didn't get started cutting. This one, you can see, I actually almost made it all the way through on that one. I just missed where the two meet, and then this one is halfway. But I thought we might try something. Make sure you get me in the picture too if you got backup. Everybody wants to see me. I'm the star of the show, right? I'll figure we'd do something fun just for poops and giggles. The batteries ran out, of course. Actually, I'm curious. They already burned out, but I'm going to see if, after a few minutes, if there's anything left in them. That's it. So the battery kind of restabilizes at a lower level and says, that's it, I'm done, stop it. So I'll stop it, I'll leave the battery alone, we'll charge it. I'm wondering if I can still get this off here just for fun. You're cold already, you just warmed up. Back up a little bit. I don't want to hit you. So if I can get this just right. Now this is just for fun. This is not something that anybody with a half a brain would want to do unless they're just doing it for fun. Just because I can, right? That's kind of not the right way to do it, but kind of fun just to see what can be done. Let's see here. Get that on there like that now. Oh yeah. So now that's all that's left to be cut in half, or cut into pieces. Come on closer. We'll finish this video up. Keep it tilted up. Watch where you come. You can move and videotape at the same time. Not too close. Back up. Not too far. Right there. So anyway, Lowe's brand, Cobalt, 14-inch electric with 2 weed trimmer batteries. If you were to get the chainsaw with the battery, I think it comes with a 3 amp hour maybe, and the lawnmower comes with a 5 amp hour, I want to say. But that's it. I mean, it's pretty impressive, honestly. That was probably a 25-foot tree, felled and cut up. And I suppose a lot of other fellers would do things differently, but this is the way I did it, and everything turned out. I still have all my digits. on my toes, right? You haven't frozen completely yet, have you? You could talk a little, I guess. And then if you're wondering how I got it out of the holler, I just used my little Husqvarna, my orange lawnmower, and my green wagon back there. You can move. Let them see the wagon. And I'm not brand loyal, really. I think I'm becoming brand disloyal with that Chevy. But no, it's all good. I buy what I feel like is going to give me the best value. And sometimes it's just a matter of what you can afford. So don't be ashamed if you're driving a neon green brand. I don't care, as long as it works. And usually if you take care of your stuff, heck, my dad drove a Yugo, and you know that's the butt of many jokes. But he put 100,000 miles on it over 5 years with what I think a timing belt is all he ever did to it. So it's whatever you put into it. So change your oil and, well, maintenance, right? Chainsaw, make sure you're not too tight on your chain, not too loose on your chain. Make sure you're keeping oil in it. Make sure you're keeping the chain sharp. I didn't do that today, but it was still sharp enough, got the job done. Might have gone through the rest of those logs if I had it sharpened, though. Just saying. Well, we got a bunch of stacking to do, and that, I guess, is felling and processing a dead and standing tree. Nothing better than a dead and standing tree. It doesn't take up any room to store it until you're ready to, that year you want to burn it. It's ready to burn. I mean, I'm putting it in my barn, but if it wasn't going to rain anytime soon, I could just stack it outside. So you can kill it.